Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? This evening, it is 11:51 p.m. and I'm gonna do a shortened vlog tonight, I think. Not a super short vlog, but a shorter vlog. Alex is going to bed. He just went to bed right now. And kissed him goodnight and tucked the puppies in. Where is my lip balm? I have my new Sol de Janeiro lip balm in here somewhere if I can find it. I just got done. Alex was watching, I can never remember what it's called. Lovecraft Country, whatever, Landmark Country, I never remember what it's called. Alex was watching the newest episode of that, and what is this? Piece of paper, receipt stuck into my pen. And he had gone out to dinner tonight with a friend of his, and he was like a really short dinner. They were done like in an hour. They went to the New Livery in Hamilton Town Center, which is like a mall that's like north of us. It's like all outside. It's where I went and did, if you watch my reviews, I actually think I vlogged that day too. It was, I think after I went and got like, maybe it was the day that I got the MRI, and I went and to that outside mall. Oh, here it is. I went to that outside mall. Hello. And got the candles at Bath & Body Works. Anyway, they have a delivery restaurant that we like downtown that's like in this old horse stables off of like College and right by Mass Ave downtown in Indianapolis, like in this really cute artsy area. They just opened a new one in that Hamilton Town Square. Hamilton Town Center is what it's called. So anyway, he went there tonight with a friend of his, and so he asked me if I wanted anything for dinner, bring home, and I was like, no, I'm good. And he ended up bringing me 6 empanadas, 3 corn and 3 queso empanadas, and they have like this sauce that you dip them in. It's kind of like the Oaxaca sauce, like the Venezuelan sauce that they make out of avocados, but it's this was like creamier. It's hot in here. It's only 55 degrees. It feels warmer than that. So I sat down and I was super tired, and I was like gonna lay down for a little bit after I got done eating. And so I was like on the 7th episode of Wentworth. There's only 10 episodes per season, I think. Well, this season had 10 episodes, but anyway, I was on the 7th episode, and I thought I was like halfway through, but I was, you know what I have just realized? I haven't watched any of Big Brother this week. I'm so kind of over that show at this point. I don't know that I even really care. I'm caught up to the point where they did the 3 evictions in one night. Like, nothing in Big Brother has gone the way that I wanted it to go this year. Like, not one person that I like is still there, and it's just like, I don't know, the whole thing is just, it's whatever to me at this point. I'm just so over it. I don't think there's anybody, to be really honest, that's left that I really want to win. I feel like out of everybody that is still there, the only one who I feel has been like the realist, kind of, is Cody. And in all honesty, if it was like final 2, Cody and Enzo, and either one of them won, I would be totally fine with that, which is what they have planned anyway. I don't want Memphis to win. I don't want Nicole to win. Who else is left? I can't even think. Christmas. I liked Christmas for a while. She's rather cutthroat, I think. I don't care for her anymore. I don't really want her to win. Who's left? Tyler. I definitely don't want Tyler to win. That's 4. There's got to be 2 more. Well, they got rid of Danny, right? So, yeah, they got rid of Danny. And did you see her exit? She wouldn't even say goodbye to Christmas. I don't blame her. Who's the other person that's left? Obviously not anybody that's doing a whole lot, because I can't even remember them. Tyler, Nicole, Cody, Enzo, Memphis. Is it just 5 left? Okay, Cody, Enzo, Nicole, Tyler, Christmas. Who's the 6th person that I'm forgetting? There's a sixth person in there? I can't remember. I kind of like really respect Enzo this season. And like I feel like at least Cody has stood his ground and he's like really tried hard, and so I would be fine with Cody or Enzo winning, I guess. If I had to pick between the two. I'd kind of honestly like to see Enzo win, really. I can't think of who the sixth person is. It's so weird. I've watched it this whole season and I can't even remember. I don't want to Google it, because if I Google it, it'll tell me what happened this week, and I don't want to know. I have a feeling they probably put up, if I had to guess, who won the last, I don't even know who won the last head of household. Should I just look it up? Should I just ruin it for myself? I should just ruin it for myself. Do you guys ever do that? I always read the spoilers sometimes before I even watch them. Well, now they've had, the head of household was announced probably on Monday. Well, it would have been Monday. And then they would have also on Monday, because it was Monday instead of Sunday this week, nominated. It's going to be Nicole is going to be one of the nominees. Unless Cody won. Let's see. Did Tyler win head of household? Why do I feel like Tyler won head of household this week? And I know that. I'm just going to look and see what. Big Brother. Let's see, it'll pull it right up. One day ago. Well, tonight it would have been on, so, right? It's Wednesday and Thursday? Oh, Jesus, that scared the hell out of me. What? What do you need, babe? What do you need? You scared me. What do you need, honey? What did she need? She scared me. I was like reading something on my phone.
Oh, yeah, she thought you were her friend. Sorry.
I can be your friend. I'm everybody. You guys look like you're dressed up to go out. Did you have fun? That's okay. You ladies be safe, okay? Okay. Bye. Oh my God, that scared me. She like ran right up to my window. Okay, let's see what it says right here. Big Brother 1 day ago, 1 hour ago. Janelle makes a cake. What was that? Okay, so Cody must have won Big Brother. He nominated Christmas and Tyler. What? Well, he and Nicole have a final too, don't they? Oh my God. Okay. That's crazy. Okay. Enzo said he didn't kick Nicole out because it wasn't best for his game. Okay, well, wait. That's 1 day ago. Big Brother POV. Who won the POV? Tonight on Big Brother Power of Veto events. Why don't they have anything up about this? This is really weird. 13 hours ago. Cody's HOA again. Okay, wait. Check out the veto comp and veto cameras. Okay, I want to find out what happened here. I'm looking on the spoiler. Oh, it's taking me to the Big Brother. What happened? Now I won't have to watch the last 2 episodes. It came up what happened with Simon Cowell. What's that about? POV. What happened during Brett's POV ceremony? August 22nd, 2018. Why isn't anything on? Is it on a different dates tonight? Big Brother. Spoiler. It is like literally not, okay, 5 hours ago. Okay, we're down for the final weeks of Big Brother. Cody nominated Tyler and Christmas. They're wanting Tyler to leave. It doesn't say anything about the POV. It's all just like speculation. What? Why is it? I don't understand. Well, anyway, I guess I have to watch the episode. So anyway, that was, here's my research that I was doing on the raspberry cheesecake from Popeyes today that I reviewed. You have to go check out my review to see what I thought about that. Anyway, what was I gonna say? So anyway, I was watching the 7th episode of Wentworth, and I was eating the empanadas, which were fantastic, by the way. Did I already say that? And as I was sitting there, I was like, it got, like, in the 7th episode, I mean, the whole season is good. It literally, I kind of forget about this until every season that I'm watching it. It is literally one of those, like, on the edge of your seat kind of shows. And at any given time, there's, like, 4 storylines going on that you're kind of on your edge of your seat about, that you don't know, right? So I'm watching the 7th episode, and it gets to the very end, and honestly, I don't even remember what happens now. But I was like, oh, I can't, like, not continue to watch. Like, I have to watch another episode. So Alex was wanting to watch on the big TV downstairs, and I was watching it on my iPad anyway, so I told him, I said, you can watch it watch a show on the TV, and I'm gonna go, because he was getting ready to, like, watch it upstairs, I think, and I was like, just watch it down here, I don't care, I'm gonna go on the front porch, because it was so nice out tonight. It was like, it seemed a lot warmer than 55. I did put on my hoodie, though. I have my PP the Flying Chihuahua hoodie, I put it on. Anyway, so I, not the one that's available in my merch shop, but I have a different one. I think I did, like, actually, sponsorship, where the guy was like, you can put your pet's pictures on hoodies or something like that, and I did it, and that's how I got this hoodie. And it has a little peepee, and he's got a little handkerchief around his neck. It's so sweet. We were actually, like, tonight we were sitting here talking, and both of us were kind of, like, really down about, like, missing PP and stuff. It's been really hard lately. I don't know what has happened. Just, I mean, it's been hard all year long, but, like, recently, like, he and I have both, like, just been thinking a lot about PP. And so we were sitting there tonight, you know, and Alex has always been the one that's wanted to hold off on getting a dog. And I said to him, I said, because he was, you know, pretty upset, and I said, babe, I said, you know, like, we haven't really talked much about this lately. I said, like, do you think, like, it would make you feel better if we, like, got another dog, you know? And our friends have a Chorky, a Chihuahua Yorkie, that we saw this weekend, and, like, we were around. It's the sweetest dog in the entire world. And so I was like, you know, like, I don't know, like, when Alex saw their dog, he was like, this is when we were at the bonfire. I mean, we've seen their dog a million times, but it, like, really, like, Alex was like, I really miss PP tonight because of seeing their dog and stuff. And he acted a lot like PP. He acts a lot like PP. And so I was like, do you think maybe we should start thinking about the possibility of getting another dog, like, sooner rather than later? And Alex kind of sat there and he thought about it for a second. He was like, no. He said, I think I'm, like, good where I'm at right now, which is having Boo and Tucker. And I was like, I'm not in any hurry to get a dog. Like, I thought I would be. I'm not. I said, obviously, nothing, if we ever get another dog, like, is never going to replace PP. Just like other dogs that we're going to get aren't going to replace Boo and Tucker. I mean, that's not going to be the case, but, like, I don't know, you know, maybe something to get excited about, something new. It worries me a little bit. There was a period where, do you guys remember me talking about this on here, where, like, Boo Radley was getting kind of confused, and, like, he would run after the neighbors, or, like, down the street. He hasn't done that in a couple weeks. I almost kind of feel like maybe he, like, was going through something at that time or something. I don't know. Like, it's really weird. Because he's very alert these days. He sleeps a lot. He sleeps a lot. But a lot of dogs sleep a lot, you know? I mean, like, when I get up, he gets up. And, like, they go outside and they run around and stuff like that. And he runs all over the backyard just like he's a puppy and stuff. It was so funny today because I took them out this morning and there was, like, a bunny rabbit sitting in the grass, like, right as I took them out. And, like, Tucker didn't even really notice it, but Boo Radley chased this bunny rabbit all the way to the edge of the woods when it dove into the woods. I thought he was going to go into the woods after it, and he didn't. He just stopped at the edge of the woods. Isn't that kind of funny? Like, he's kind of scared of the woods. But anyway, so we both sat there and talked and both agreed that, like, now is not the time, you know, like, to get another dog. I don't really feel the pull to get another dog right now. I mean, if we didn't have a dog at all, I definitely would. Like, I want to come home to something. I want to have something there. Like, but, you know, we have 2 dogs right now. Hell, Boo and Tucker wrestle and bark and run around the backyard so much that, like, I mean, they're, like, a lot of energy right now. So I'm not feeling that way today. But, you know, it's definitely something that we're going to talk about down the road. Okay, so anyway, I was watching Wentworth. So then I took my iPad out on the front porch and I, like, set up my little, I have, like, a little, it's not a TV tray, I call it a TV tray, but it's not. It's like a fold-out desk that you can, like, put up anywhere that I got. It's like this black desk that I got from Walmart years and years and years ago. But it's like a desk, like, but we just fold it up and put it in the bathroom, and then when one of us is eating in the chair, the other one eats on the table from the couch. And so I set it up out there and I put my iPad on it and I got my water and stuff. And I was sitting there and I ended up watching the rest of the season. I watched episodes 8, 9, and 10. I'm not a nail biter, but if I was, I would have no nails left. That season, well, the thing with Wentworth that you have to know too is, like, they are not afraid of killing somebody off. This camera keeps on sinking down. I don't know why it keeps on doing this tonight. They're not afraid of killing people off. So, like, they could introduce a character and literally in the next episode kill them off. Like, they're not afraid to do that. They're not afraid of killing off, like, the most beloved character. So you never know, like, what's gonna happen. Like, in all honesty, you don't. They started it early. With, like, if you've watched Wentworth, they, like, started it early with, like, killing off, like, main characters. And so what that's kind of, like, it lets you know that, like, they don't care, like, how important a character is to a storyline, that they'll, like, get rid of them like that. So when you're watching it, you have absolutely no idea, like, if somebody's gonna get killed or not. And there's always somebody that's about to get killed, right? So anyway, it's kind of like a very sad show, though. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. Like, you just always know that, like, the people that aren't that good on the show always kind of, like, rise to the top. I don't know. And of course, it always ends that way every season. Next season is their last season, the 9th season, and I'm kind of, like, wondering how they're going to end the whole show. Now, I will tell you, how I thought it was going to end this season is kind of how it ended. Well, a couple things happened that I didn't expect to happen, but, I mean, because, like, in the final episode, there's, like, 6 major things that happen, and I didn't expect 5 of them. But, like the 6th thing, I kind of was like, I was going to say the 4th thing. I don't know what order they're in. But, like, the 6th thing, I did see happening. I was like, okay. I mean, I knew it was going to happen eventually. I just didn't know how it was going to happen, and I thought they were going to wait till the very end of the episode to, like, the cliffhanger to do it, and they did. But the writing on the show is just phenomenal. Not that she's at any threat of getting killed off during this show, so you'll know that if you watch it, but I just have to tell you that my favorite character is Boomer, Susan Jenkins. If she gets killed off that show, I'm done. Like, I'm just done, and she doesn't, so, I mean, there's not even a risk of her getting killed in this episode, or this season. I don't think, is there? But anyway, no, there's like, I mean, I'm not ruining it for anybody because there's like no risk of her getting killed, but I'm telling you right now, like, she's been my favorite character for like 5 seasons, and if she gets killed, like, I'm done with the show. Like, but you know, they don't care. They'll kill people off on that show left and right. So anyway, yeah, that's what I did, and then I didn't lay down, and then I was like, well, I might as well just go vlog since I'm still up and I'm awake. So last night I finished the Shirley Jackson short story collection. So good. But there were a couple of them that like really screwed with my head. She reminds me a lot of like the writing of Sylvia Plath. I don't know why I had never like connected that before. There's actually an episode. There's a short story that she wrote called Pillar of Salt. And it's about this couple from New Hampshire, and they're like real nice. And they go to New York for like 10 days or 14 days or something. They go for like 2 weeks for a vacation. And I think the stories are written in like the early 60s, late 50s, or in the 60s sometimes. Anyway, they go to New York, and it's just very fast around her. And they're like at this party. Like there's this one thing that happens where like they're at this party. First of all, Shirley Jackson is just a weird writer, but like phenomenal writer, right? And so like she really makes you feel like what the character is going through. This character's name is Margaret, which is one of my favorite names, by the way. And so this character Margaret and her husband, I think his name is Brad, they go to New York for this vacation, and she's so excited to ride the train and go to New York, and like the first part of their trip is so good. And then they're at this party, and she's like sitting in this window looking down at the street, and these people are like, the house is on fire, and she's like, what? And she can't find her husband, she can't find anybody else that she knows, and she's at this party and she doesn't know anybody. It's like a friend of theirs apartment that they go to. They stay at some friend of theirs too in the city that he just happened to like go away on vacation. And so, well, the one thing about Shirley Jackson short stories is they just end like that. Like, it's really strange. Like, they just end out of nowhere. So anyway, can I say it again? So, then she's kind of like a little unhinged after this party. And then they go to visit this couple that like have a house in like Long Island, I think, for the weekend. And they're on the beach, and she so misses like her like hometown and the beach, and the calmness of the beach reminds her of like the calmness of being at home, which I so related to that on some level. I don't know. It's like, do you ever go on a vacation and you're having like a great time, but it's just a lot, and like it's just like so much, it's a lot, and then you like get back to your hotel room and you like get into your bed and you put your PJs on and you have like a great book with you, or you're watching like some show, like you turn on the TV and like there's a show on the TV that like reminds you of like something like that you would watch at home, like for me, like Roseanne or something, you know? And all of a sudden you feel like calm and sedate again, like you're in bed and you're cozy, and so cozy, like the title of my vlog last night, and you're all cozy and stuff in bed, right? And then you feel like you're at home again. So that's how she feels, right? Watching the ocean for some reason, and it like calms her down. And then this woman comes running on the beach, and she's like, she says she needs a police officer, so she takes him over, and there's like this leg sitting on the beach. It's been cut off like on the thigh and like above the, like below the thigh and above the ankle. It's just like this leg that's sitting on this beach. And all the people are just like, the police officer and the couple that they're staying with are just like real nonchalant about the whole thing. They're just like, oh, like there's murders happening all the time now and I can't believe it, and all this kind of stuff. And it like really gets to her to the point like she just can't really deal with it anymore. And they stay longer like out of courtesy to this couple to not let them think that like anything has gotten to them. There's something else that happens on the trip too. They're like at this party, And she like goes upstairs to go to bed, and like this game happens. Anyway, the whole thing is just like, if you ever watch the movie Crooklyn, I think it's directed by Spike Lee. He like does this thing in Crooklyn where, what is going on here? The semi is just like sitting in the middle of the interstate. I'm not lying to you. It's on fire. Oh my God. Get into the back of it. Oh my God. Oh shoot. I feel like I should get off here and call 911. I'm gonna get off here, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. It was really unsettling. I was pinging so far north that like, anyway, because I didn't get off like right there, which I should just pulled right, I don't know. Anyway, so, but only like one other person had called it in. That's so sad. But they were sending people out there right now. It must have just happened. Like literally must have just happened. They were really nice, so I called 911 and then he said, hold on, I have to have you talk to the fire department. And then he's like pinging me and he's like, you're farther north than where you're saying it's at. I'm like, well, because I didn't pull over right there. Because, I mean, there was nowhere to pull over except for on the side of the road. So sad. I think I need to kind of collect myself for a second. I waited like 10 minutes, but I think I need to collect myself for a second and then come back. So I'll be back in just a second. Okay, I'm calm. Calmer than I was. It's been about 20 minutes. I am gonna edit out the part though where I turn the camera because I don't want to include that. I don't want to include that in my vlog. I hope I remember later when I upload it to take that part out. So sad. It's so weird when you witness stuff like that, you know? I mean, it literally must have like just happened like that. Makes you really realize how fragile life is, isn't it? Doesn't it? I was thinking today, I was driving around and I was listening to country music and I've been listening to this song like over and over and over again, one of those nights by Tim McGraw. And it's talking about like this night and this guy and he picks up this girl that he likes and they go to this party and, you know, and they're having like this great time and it'll be one of those nights that you talk about. And I was like thinking about like when you really think about like those moments of your life that like magically have like made your life like what they are, you know? Because that's really what life is, right? It's just like moments that we remember. And it's like as I'm sitting here and I'm talking about it, it's like all these moments keep on like flashing through my head. And I was thinking about it today earlier. It's like the first moment I thought of when I was listening to that song and I was like asking myself like what would be like one of those moments for you, you know? Is I was thinking to myself about the very first time that Alex took me like salsa dancing and we went to this place called the Jazz Kitchen in Indianapolis and we met up like with all of his friends and it's like they used to go there like every Thursday night and they do like salsa dancing at like 9 o'clock from like 9 to 10 and then they have like a salsa competition from like 10 to 11 and there's salsa dancing like all night long, salsa competition. Salsa like dance off like from 10 to 11 and then there's like all like the rest of the night there's like salsa dancing and everybody gets real dressed up and it's really hot in there and like the music is like incredible. I remember it back in the day. It used to be this bar called Kilimanjaro's, this reggae bar. I remember I ran it way back in the day when I was still drinking, and I remember I ran into my dad and my stepmom there one night. But I was thinking about it, you know, because I was thinking like that was like one of the greatest nights that Alex and I think we've ever had. And I remember like he was out on the dance floor and it was him okay, so he did this huge salsa competition with his cousin Maya, and he and Maya are like unbelievable salsa dancers. My husband can dance like nobody's business, and I think it's so sexy. And I remember I had on this like vintage like Dior shirt. It wasn't expensive. It was like $5 or $10. I got it Broderpool Vintage, this vintage store, with like these jeans. And I remember Alex had like this, I had bought him this like V-neck diesel orange shirt that I still love on him. It's like this like deep like orangish red shirt. And I remember he had like these driving moccasins on and like these tight jeans, and he was like dancing around, and he and Maya were like just busting up that floor to Celia Cruz. And like I can still see him, and like he turned at one point, he like turned and looked at me, and I was like sitting up in this like, they had this like leather booth, like this long leather booth, and I was sitting up there watching him, and he like turned and winked at me, which like that's always kind of been like one of these things that like really like turns me on. It's like when people wink at me, I think it's sexy and I think it's hot. Anyway, but I just remember that whole night, and then like we all went to Broderpool and walked. It was just like such a fun night, you know. And I think about those nights, and I think a lot about like Tanya and I like driving around, like all the nights we've driven around like in a car, you know, like drinking fountain pops. I mean, I can just look over and see her just like laughing her head off, you know, like at some joke, or us like singing songs. And like Tanya and I always do like, we act out the words to songs. So like we'll sit on our patio and like act out the words to songs. And you know, like all these memories, like vacations I took with my dad and my stepmom, where it's like I can see like just moments in time, like pictures, you know, or like even like that last night with my mom, you know. It's a weird thing to know that like you're experiencing the last hours of somebody's life with them. Like when you're aware of it, but they're not, maybe, I guess. It's weird, you know, I don't know. Or maybe if they're aware of it too, I don't know. I do wish, I think, that I had gotten to say goodbye to my Aunt Kathy. I don't know, and let her know how important she was to me, but I know she knows that. Or knew it. I could see myself standing in that room with my mom after everybody had left, you know, and it's like everything changed in that moment. Like literally everything changed in that moment. And I've said that before, like I do believe sometimes that change can happen instantaneously, but like I think it comes at like times of great tragedy like that, you know. I can just remember I left that night. It was like everything was different. Like all these like inconsequential things didn't matter. All the superficial stuff didn't matter because my mom was gone, you know. Like everything had changed. My life would never be the same as it was before. Like I walked into that hospital that night and I had a mom, and I walked out and I no longer had a mom, you know. And such a surreal feeling, I think. I've been thinking a lot about just life and death and everything the last 24 hours. It's like, so I was talking about that story that I was reading, and so they come back from the weekend, and she's sitting there in like this apartment, and she just can't be there anymore. So she like goes to this drugstore. Her husband's like gone doing like some work stuff, and so she like goes to the drugstore, and it's like she comes back out, and it's like she comes up to this curb, and like every time she like starts to go out in the street, she's afraid that the light's gonna turn red and she's not gonna be able to make it across the street. She does this like 8 times. until she finally, like, she goes back into the drugstore. She goes to the drugstore and buys a pack of cigarettes, I think, yeah. And then she goes back in there and she has a Coke. And then, like, the third time that she goes back in there, she calls her husband on the phone and she says, come get me, please, come get me. I, like, actually rewound that part, like, 3 times. She's like, come get me, Brad, come get me, please. And, you know, I've had moments like that in my life. Not like that, but, like, where it's been a long time, but where you feel like the walls are closing in on you, you know? She's talking about panic attacks. Maybe I didn't even realize it. But I can remember back in the day, driving, after my first boyfriend and I broke up, driving on the interstate to go pick up my friend to go out. And I would almost have to pull over to the side of the road sometimes. I don't like driving around semis. And, like, my friend would have to talk me through it and say, like, it's not real, you know, like, this fear that you have inside of you, because my heart would be beating through my chest and I literally thought, like, I was going to die and things like that, you know. It was... If you've ever had a panic attack, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you couldn't tell me it wasn't real in that moment. So, I had at least 2 or 3 people recommend to me, 2 people maybe, on my BookTube video. Maybe it was just 1, but I thought it was more. I think it was 1, and then a couple people, like, commented underneath there, like 1 or 2, about this new book that just came out by Matt Haig, and it's called The Midnight Library. So I got it, not really knowing what to expect, except it's about this supposed library that you can go to once you die. I started it last night, and I'm like an hour into it. There's actually a Sylvia Plath quote at the beginning of it, and it's about this woman that takes her life, and then she's kind of like in between the living and the dead, and she can go to this place called the Midnight Library, and like every choice, I was trying to explain it to Alex tonight, it's like every choice you make in your life, you know, it's very much like that movie with Gwyneth Paltrow, Sliding Doors is what it's called. I think I called it Rotating Doors in a video that I did earlier, but it's very much like where, like, any outcome that you have, like, leads, or like any choice you make, like, leads to a different outcome, and you could have hundreds upon thousands, millions of different lives that you could have possibly led depending on the choices that you make, right? Like, the first book that she reads is called The Book of Regrets, and there's like this librarian there that's like walking her through the whole process, but it's so interesting, you know, that like this idea of who we are, you know, in this grand scheme of things. And how to us, we know, like, really nothing more than our lives and our experiences of those around us. But to the grand scheme of the universe, we're very inconsequential. We really are, you know? I didn't do a whole lot today. I got up and took the dogs out and fed the birds and did all of that, and then I went and did got my coffee and did a review, and then came home and made a drama video and just kind of relaxed around the house. It was really nice. It was a beautiful day. It was like 85. It was like 84, 85 today. When I looked in the weather, it was like 85. I couldn't believe it was so warm. I looked on the weather, and like when I was doing a Peterisms video, I really couldn't believe that it was as warm as it was. It just was so nice outside. I don't want to take those days for granted, you know? Have a beautiful day outside. Who was I saying it to earlier? Oh, the guy at the gas station. Because I had to get gas, and I was pumping that guy. He was standing outside, and I said, because I know him from going there a lot, and he used to be the manager of McDonald's. He's such a nice guy. And I said, I said, it's such a nice evening, isn't it? And it was so weird. It reminded me of that scene from Trip to Bountiful. If you've ever seen that movie with Geraldine Page, it's one of my favorite movies of life. And they're sitting outside at that bus station, talking about what a beautiful evening it is. But I said to him, I go, it's a beautiful evening, isn't it? And he goes, well, it hasn't rained yet. I said, oh my God. I said, let's be happy for how beautiful it is outside. It's so nice. He started laughing. There's like this little stand over the side of the road over here, and it has these lights on it. It's like a fruit stand or something. I don't know why it has these lights on it. I don't think anybody's out there selling anything in the middle of nowhere this time of day, night. Boo Radley was in between the pillows tonight. Alex and I were talking about, like, last night he was not happy because he wanted to sleep in between the pillows, and Tucker was in between the pillows, and I said he was mad because he couldn't sleep there because he likes to get into like a little circle, like tuck real tight, you know. I call it a circle. And Alex was like, well, they trade off, like who gets to sleep there? And I said, no, that's Boo Radley's place. Tucker usually sleeps right next to my leg. Tucker really likes if I sleep on my side, and then he'll sleep up against me. I think it's probably because it's warm and it kind of, like, you know, keeps him from the fan or whatever, but he loves it when I turn on my side and sleep. As soon as I turn on my side, he comes like right up against my legs. It's so funny. Well, listen, you guys, I think I'm gonna get off here. That kind of like just really distracted my thoughts, and I think I'm gonna turn around up here and listen to my audiobook and head on home. So I promise tomorrow night I will do a longer vlog tomorrow night. Let's hold tight to those we love, and be grateful for those lives that we have today. I'm so grateful for my life today. And thank you guys all so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I didn't expect it to be such a downer in this vlog. I really didn't. But I think it's understandable. Anyway, I hope you guys are having an amazing Thursday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Remember, you can start your day over whenever you want. Look in the mirror and tell yourself how much you love yourself each and every day, and that one, you know, positive affirmation, like you are valuable. And also tell yourself, you know, that you're going to have an amazing day. Like I said, remember, you can start your day over whenever you want. If you liked this video or vlog, please give it a big thumbs up. Most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody, anybody. I think this is, you know, to remember how important people are to us, and let somebody know today. And also practice random acts of kindness, but like I also always say, don't tell anyone. And I love you guys so much. From the bottom of my heart, it really means so much to me that you guys choose to share your day watch every day, and then allow me to be part of your lives each and every day. And I want you to know how much I really, really appreciate it. And I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.